Mazda RX Vision Gran Turismo concept. Then it's Jose Serrano, 7th on the grid ahead of Brenda Roush in the Chevrolet Corvette C7. Miguel Romero heads Genesis' charge. He lines up 9th position with Daniel Penco, the Spaniard, alongside him. Next up, it is Mateo Estevez in 11th place. And 12th and last on the grid will be Coque Lopez in the Lexus. Won last time out a few weeks ago, just to remind you. Now, as you can see, the weather conditions far from ideal. It is sopping wet out there. No choice for these drivers here, Jimmy, to start on the wet compound of tyre.
No, you have to do that, otherwise you'd just be completely gribless for the first couple of laps or so. But Medina out front in that Ferrari, feeling fast, obviously, as he said a bit earlier on. So if you're him, really, ideally, you want to just eyes forward and try and build as big a gap as you can whilst the car is feeling good. Of course, tyre wear on as well here, so easy to burn these wet tyres if it gets into difficult conditions. But I think it's going to be a fun race this one, Tom.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, because of course it can dry out. There is that possibility with the dynamic weather. Will someone go on to the intermediate tyres? Will they make a gamble and go straight onto the dry compound tyres? We'll wait and see what is going to happen over the course of this 28-lap race. But round 2 of the 2024 Gran Turismo World Series is about to begin. We're ready to go racing here in Prague as Mohamed Medina and Ferrari will lead the field across the line, and we are underway then here at the Red Bull Ring as we head up towards the first corner. Medina, Hensey, then Fenton, Drummond, Lemoutelet. Don't expect any rash moves in towards turn 1, out of turn 1 into turn 2, and then the heavy braking zone of turn 3 is where we should see drivers getting themselves in position for the first overtakes. You saw Fenton there running a little bit wide on the exit of turn 1. That's left him under attack already from Kylian Drummond in the Subaru as we head up the rise in towards turn 3. Medina's got the lead. Second place there for Hensey, looks pretty sure. But what about what's happening further behind? Drummond right on the back of Fenton. Don't think it was up to launch move, but you got Lemoutelet and Jura in position there side by side. 5th place for Lemoutelet as he drags alongside and then past the Mazda and up through into 5th place.
Brenda Roush in the background in the Chevrolet going around the outside, perhaps on Paul Jura, and Mazda is looking to the inside of the Lemoutelet. Cars getting very close contact there between Hensey and Medina at the head of the field. Estevez there having an awful time, I think, spinning down at the T4 there at the back of the pack, so bad to worse for him. But meanwhile, the mid-pack is everyone for themselves. Contact again, I think this time between Roush and Drummond. These guys are fighting for their lives whilst racing each other out there. Horrible conditions to drive in these, but this really shows the talent of these drivers, and it shows the strengths and weaknesses of the cars too, as Drummond just struggles to get the throttle there out of the Subaru. Fenton hangs on in 3rd for now.
You can throw a blanket over these drivers, they're so close to one another from 3rd place back. Medina, meanwhile, has pulled out a 1.3-second advantage over Hensey on this first lap. Then the cork in the bottle is Daniel Fenton at the moment, the Mercedes driver who we ride on board with, and we're not even at the end of the first lap. Out of the final corner we go then. Is anybody going to think about a lunge in towards turn 1? You'll be brave if you think about doing that, because it could leave you under